up, Scorpio gang? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. My name's Annie. Happy to have all you Scorpios out there, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. I'm going to read your tarot cards here. Please come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. And only take away the messages that really speak to you, motivate you, empower you, inspire you, resonate with you. If something feels strange or foreign, please release the message or shelve it because it may resonate for you at a later date. So highly suggest you be open to that as well. Let's get you some helpful, insightful messages. And as a friendly reminder, you are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. This is optional advice or guidance meant only to help you. So with that in mind, let's hop in for Scorpio. We're going to start on love and then transition into career and finances. So stick with me if you're not here for love. Though they may come out together, that tends to happen. Here we go for Scorpio. All right, possibly something with a Virgo. I feel like there's a Virgo who misses you and they feel completely lost without you, or they feel like a wreck. That could also be in reverse as well. You may be sort of longing after a Virgo, but it sort of seems like too much has been lost, and so there's a grieving period with the Five of Cups. But then you come into something good here. I actually do like that Two of Pentacles. Sometimes the Two of Pentacles can be tricky energy. It's possible there could have been too many people in the mix. It doesn't have to be third-party stuff per se. It could just simply be someone made a choice and you weren't the choice. Or vice versa. You may have had a Virgo in the running and you chose someone else instead. Either way, whoever made the choice looks back, and I do think there is a regret of I missed my window or I missed my opportunity. Thinking of the World, what a pretty card. I love that. This card hasn't actually come out too much. I rarely see it from this deck. I just love I love the art, the purple details there. So the World essentially indicates overcoming great obstacles. It is the final chapter, the final culmination in sort of a long narrative, a long saga, if you will. It's Saturn, planet Saturn, Saturnian energy. So again, representing challenges, obstacles, having to overcome and learn a lot of lessons that probably humbled you and sort of made you really step up to the plate and fight for what you want, or the opposite, fight for something else so that you could move on from a situation that was really keeping you stuck and keeping you down. It seems like some of you may be having some sort of I feel like spiritual awakening is such a heavy term, but more or less you may be tapping more into your spiritual side or spending more time just in nature and meditation, whatever this is. And I think for the longest time, some of you may have actually avoided that because you knew it would ultimately bring up some past triggers, some wounds, some scarring. But I think this is sort of saying you have to put on your brave face in order to welcome the healing and to move on and to go after good things. It's not to say it has to be I'm hearing like separated measures. It's not like it has to be all good for it to be all, it's not that you have to I'm hearing the word plunge, go deep into all the bad experiences in order to earn the good ones and the better ones. You know, both can happen simultaneously, but I think it's saying inevitably we do have to face our wounds so that we can heal from them and go into the next chapter with nothing holding us back. I also feel like if this is you who's sort of in that grieving process, I feel like there is help around you. There is guidance in the form of another person around you. It could very likely be like some sort of spiritual teacher or mentor. And do keep in mind, it could just be a best friend. It could be a close ally of yours, someone who's able to sort of shed light on the pain and spin it in a way that makes you want to grow and heal from this, not just sort of sit in the misery and not go through the healing. I think that's very important here. I think some of you are just looking back and questioning a decision that was already made or regretting it. But with the World here, part of me wants to say we need to close out this chapter fully, which perhaps now is a good time to do that and go back and reflect, but not only reflect, go back with the purpose of doing sort of that final sweep of, am I ready to move on from this? Because I sort of think the universe is pulling you in the direction of starting anew. It's almost like with the World card showing up, it's like, are we good here? Can we move on from this? And I'm speaking as if I were, a spirit guide to some Scorpios out there. It's like, Yes, we made a decision and we regret it. Doesn't mean it was the wrong decision. It just simply means that you had a lot of self-doubt when you did it, or perhaps you were forced, right? Maybe someone else made a decision which domino effect impacted you in your life. You're grieving the loss of something, but essentially it's like this bridge. We have to move on from it. I don't think anything in life is completely finalized, but for the time being, I think the universe is saying, let's wrap this up and come to peace with this as best we can. I'm not saying you're going to wake up the next morning feeling like, $1 million, right? That's just typically not how healing works. But if you're able to have faith that by releasing this, you're making room for something good or something better or something new, I think you will be surprised to see that, in a sense, that this was fated. There's a really important message here of don't question your gut or your intuition, especially if you were the one who decided, I don't want to participate at this job or in this relationship anymore. You made the decision, so rather than going back and sort of, what is the expression? Ultimately trying to change your mind or get back what you already released, assume that you can't have it. And if some opportunity comes back around where you can, then hey, great. I would move on fully from this as best you can. And again, be gentle with yourself, be patient with yourself. But in a sense, we have to remember, even though this card indicates you've been through a lot, it also indicates liberation, right? Saturn is all about obstacles and opposition and sometimes oppression, difficulty, struggle. Through that struggle, though, you learn a tremendous amount about yourself and you almost sort of rebirth yourself into this new chapter so that you can start fresh, you can start anew. In terms of major arcana, I'm seeing mostly earth energy here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but certainly could be any sign. Tell me more about potentially what's coming in if my, it's funny, I almost called you Capricorn. If Scorpio is able to release what has been lost, so let's talk about the two, what remains here, right? Because something from this situation remains that could bring you something very positive. And it could be in the future, but I also want to not be always so future-oriented of, someday it's coming to you, someday it's coming. Sometimes it's just simply a matter of showing the universe gratitude for all the things that you do have that are going right. Because I guarantee you, as crazy as your individual story may be, there's always going to be someone who can match you, right? And it's not about competing of who's the biggest victim or who's the biggest survivor. It's not about that at all. It's just saying perspective. Because there's always going to be someone out there who has it worse. And so I say that as a source of comfort that you're not alone. There's other people who you can relate to and grieve with and mourn with, but also to experience life with and go out and get excited about certain things, right? Don't think you're alone, because the Five of Cups says it's simply not true. There's two cups here. So there's someone very important that you're supposed to meet or that's going to interact with you during this period of healing. And again, it might be a Virgo. It doesn't have to be. Tell me more about this Two of Cups. What is this opportunity? What is this opportunity here? The King of Cups. All right. I like that very much. This person may have asked you out. And yeah, I was going to say, but I feel like you declined them, and I just saw this. Usually Nine of Wands is a card of blocking or suspicion, feeling the need to always be looking over your back or questioning other people's motivations or intentions. Very Scorpio. No offense, guys. I got a Scorpio moon. I'm just playing with you. But right, Scorpios do kind of have that, wait a minute, what's the real story? You guys are like the detectives. It's like, well, they said that, but what do they really mean? I mean, we'll pull some cards on it, but generally this guy just seems really elated, whether it's male or female, right? They just seem like stoked to see you. And hey, Scorpio, how's it going? How you doing? And you're just like, what? Sorry, who are you? Why are you here? Let's talk about that. Because I actually feel like if this is clarifying this Two of Cups, it doesn't have to be romantic, guys, right? I never, ever suggest leapfrogging from one to another so you don't have to do this, essentially, right? Like, do the grieving work, do the healing work, rather than just, slapping a Band-Aid on your pain and jumping into a new relationship. That's not fair to you. That's not fair to them. But if you are ready and willing to put yourself out there and understand that giving this up doesn't mean you have to be alone, and it doesn't mean you have to be, healed overnight. But if you're wanting to put yourself out there, I feel like there's already someone interested in you and you're suspicious of them. If they haven't asked you out, there's a very good chance that they will. Very likely a King of Cups. So again, male, female, whatever. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Maybe someone who has a lot of water in their chart. Let's switch decks. Let's do this one. Yeah, look at that, bottom of the deck. It didn't come out, but I'm just confirming. Something here with the King of Cups is coming through very strong. It could be another Scorpio. Or something, someone who might be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius with that little feather. Yeah, someone who may have already sent you a message or something or tried to get in touch with you. For some of you, it's someone who's a pilot. I just heard the word pilot. So I don't know if that references something else, if that's like, I don't know, the name of your company or something. I heard pilot. Pilot episode. I don't know why I'm hearing that. I don't even know if that's a weird thing. I heard pilot, but I don't even know if it's in reference to like air travel. I don't know. I did my job. I said it. I relate it for the universe. Four of Cups. All right, this is what an interesting depiction of the Four of Cups. The idea of kind of like reflecting. Four of Cups is sometimes boredom or complacency. I don't know if I get that here. I think I don't know, my gut reaction is you're distracted by something else when what the universe is trying to get you to see is right here. And it's not even hidden from you. It's like there's nothing subtle about this card, right? It's big and it's bold. I'm almost getting like Leo energy, like I'm the sun, look at me. And I don't know. You're either just not interested or you're questioning the intention. You're cutting yourself off from potentially a good opportunity here, though. So just be aware of that. I'm wanting to use the cheesy phrase, don't judge a book by its cover, but really don't. I mean, if this thing is coming up in your reading, the universe wants you to see it for a reason. Yeah, I don't know. Pisces, I don't know. Then you have the Five of Wands. Yeah, it's like I know you guys get saddled with this term a lot, but the idea of obsession, something has more or less, this sounds so harsh, but I'm just going to say it the way it's being relayed to me. Something went up in flames, right? It's kind of past the point of salvage or rescue, and yet you're still fixated on it. You're still obsessed with it or watching it like, well, something may come of this. It's almost like you're waiting for the phoenix to emerge from the ash. Again, very kind of scorpionic terminology. Right now, I want to be very clear. I'm not saying never ever in your wildest dreams will that ever happen. But for most of you, your intuition is telling you this probably isn't the one right now. In which case, that's why there's these other, I will even say these other distractions. It's not even meant to be sort of like a get your groove back, like, prove that you're still whatever, good in the sack. It has nothing to do with that. Has to do with experiencing other people and taking your mind off of this. And again, just simple pleasures in life, enjoying things, going out for coffee with someone, whatevering. It doesn't matter, even if it's just friendship, getting to know a new coworker. It would be very wise for you to focus your attention on something else, because right now, this, not only does this feel stuck and stagnant, it feels like the universe has been sending you a lot of signs like up in flames, not the one, like, almost like put out the fires of passion. For some of you, if it's not the idea of hoping or willing something comes back to life, again, kind of phoenix from the ashes, if it's not that, it may even be holding on to resentment and anger for the way you were treated, or feeling like there was something was done to you in a lower vibration and you're holding on to that energy. What is that expression? How many times do you hear that when tarot readers read? Like, what is that term, that expression? I feel like that can't just be me, right? It's like we know what we want to say, but we can never think of it when we need to. What I'm getting at, more or less, there's some expression, it's like holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and hoping the other person suffers. That's sort of what I'm getting from that. So you may even be watching someone on social media and it's almost in a negative way, like willing or wishing for something in their life more or less to, like, quote unquote, go up in flames. I don't know if that's what you're actually doing, but just even sending the poor intention their way. And I don't even mean through spell work, just simply checking on them to make sure they're not doing better than you. That's a negative focus. That is a waste of your time, and it's actually kind of, I don't know, potentially setting you up for bad karma. That's what I mean. Whoever this, I don't know, kind of nerdy, over the top person is, whatever, you're clearly disinterested. I wouldn't discount this because it's almost like the universe sent this into your life for a reason. And so you're making it more difficult on yourself by refusing this person like a chance at just saying hello, right? It doesn't have to be anything serious. This is a good distraction. There may even be something about, I don't know, King of Cups. I don't know, someone who's like a swimmer or an athlete or something. I don't know why I'm getting that, but something about like surfing or boating or water skiing. It could be, I don't know. It could be that like that's what this person's always talking about when they see you and you're just like blah, 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 blah. I don't care about your boat and your water skis. But that's not the point, Scorpio. That's not the point. You understand what I'm saying? All right, I know. I'm beating the dead horse here. Let's do this guy here. Give me a couple on this. Some of you are already like rolling your eyes because some of you know exactly who this is. You know this person likes you and you're not giving them the time of day. Oh, would you look at that? There is a strong magnetic attraction here. I literally feel like I'm in the room with some of you because I can hear you guys going, yeah, on their ends. You're being super sarcastic. I love it. I love it, Scorp. I don't know, up to you. I'm never saying you should, connect with someone with false intentions. What I am suggesting you do is give someone a chance. Don't write them off just because of that one stupid thing they said once. You might be surprised, so keep an open mind here. Give me one more on this, and then we'll move on to money. And again, these are weekly readings, guys, so hopefully this resonates with some of you, and if it doesn't, that's okay too. Check back next week. The lady. I think they would treat you nice. I think this person is a romantic at heart. I think they would make you feel valued and respected. I'm really seeing the color red here, like the colors of her robe or her dress. I don't know if that's significant to you, if you have like, I don't know if that's something you wear when you're around this person, or I don't know if that's just something about red is kind of attracting my eye here, so I don't know, I'm mentioning it. They think you're foxy. I'm not even going to make this more suspicious than it needs to be. They're on the hunt, they're on the prowl. Yeah, maybe. I just think they think you're sexy. And don't pretend like you aren't happy to hear it, Scorpio, because I know you are, even if you don't like this person, right? It's nice to feel like someone respects the work you put into yourself, right? And I think that's what this person does. Give it a chance, go out for coffee. That's my advice. If you don't want it, don't take it. All right, here we go. We're going to talk about money. Actually, what deck do I want to use? Yeah, I guess I pulled this one first. Look at you with the King of Cups. Are you kidding me? Who is this King of Cups coming into Scorpio's life? Maybe it comes in the form of a job offer too, or something. We'll see. All right, we're going to refocus our energy, money, career, and finances for my darling Scorpios. What can I tell Scorpio? Money, career, and finances. Ooh, we like that. There's that Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity, new blessing, new beginnings. But you're not certain you want to go in on it. You're not certain you want to accept it. For a lot of you, the idea's already been floated to you, so to say, or somebody's already offered or brought it up in conversation, and you may have even said, I need to think about it. I'm not sure I can commit at this time. I don't know if it's a business partnership or something like that. And honestly, the first message I get from this is because you still you feel kind of like sad. There's something like internally going on with you where as much as you may want this or may desire it, it's almost like you started to question your self-worth or your value because of something that happened to you in another area or category of life. What's the deal with that? Yeah, I think there's just been a lot of mess and upheaval in your life. And I don't mean mess in a condescending way. I think for those of you, if this is your message, you would agree with me. Things just seem to be kind of in upheaval right now, which actually makes a lot of sense why new beginnings and new opportunities are coming to you. I'm dancing around a phrase here, but we can sometimes say like, healing is not always linear. It's not always this happens and then this and then this. It's not always categorized in these nice little, period at the end of a sentence type thing. Sometimes shit goes down, and I mean, you could look at it from the planetary perspective. There's probably some aspect to Pluto or Saturn in your chart, but with that, those planets are not always malefic, right? They are agents of change and chaos, right? Upheaval, transformation, death, but also rebirth. So something good comes from this, but I think a lot of you are only thinking that it's a negative scenario, and it's just simply not. This is a really lovely, beautiful card. And here's the thing, I get it though too. Maybe you're not ready to accept anything new in your life because you really want to focus on the healing. But if that's true, you need to stick to your word and focus on the healing. Because if this is meant to be yours, you will not miss out on it. But I will say, when and if this opportunity comes back around, are you going to be ready to take it the next time it's offered to you? Or are you still going to be in this, I should, but I can't, I'm not quite ready because I have all this stuff going on? Okay, that's valid, that's fair. Fix the stuff. Fix you, whatever that looks like, right? And when I say fix, of course you guys know I mean in a gentle way. Heal yourself, right? Walk away with the lessons. Walk away strong and confident, starting a new chapter and ready to accept the blessings. Because I almost get the fact that this may even be the second time this opportunity or this offer has come around. But yeah, there's something I just get internally. You're questioning it. You're just not ready yet. And the universe can't make you ready, right? That's something you have to do for yourself. So if you truly want this, I feel like you owe it to yourself to go after it. But only you know when the timing is right. Switch decks, I heard. All right, we're going to switch decks. Whoops. Yes, for a lot of you, I am getting this idea of almost like an identity crisis. Like, I don't know who I am without this person anymore, or this job, or whatever this loss is. That I want to be clear, I think this has already transpired. I don't see this as something new coming in. I see this as something potentially new-ish coming in. I feel like a lot of you, your identity was so wrapped up in a previous chapter that now that the universe is saying, all right, fresh start, hit reset, you're still like, oh, but there's still the ghost of that person or that situation that used to be in your life. And I think you are still becoming comfortable with allowing that to be a separate chapter versus wanting to take it with you into the next one. And again, I don't mean to ruin anyone's day or be a Debbie Downer, but something here, it's like this person, this object, this situation is not meant to come with you in this next chapter. So I think you would be doing yourself a favor by really just accepting it and getting used to it and comfortable. You can always miss them, right? If they're still alive and in the 3D and you guys choose to remain friends, they can be there, but they can't be there in the way they used to be. Something about that has cycled out of your life. And so there's a huge, just a need to sit with it and accept the truth and the reality of the situation to become comfortable with those emotions. And maybe some of those emotions are uncertainty or fear. Those will serve you, but don't allow them to become stagnant to the point where they end up, what is a good word for it, weighing you down and blocking your desire, but not only your desire, your ability to move forward and accepting new things. I'm almost getting like devil energy. Like, don't let them become excuses. I know that's a harsh truth, but I said it. I'm sorry, I said it. But yeah, I actually love this card. This could be very exciting. This could be a really exciting new opportunity. And I would also say, too, this idea of having faith that if this keeps coming back into your life or this offer or this person, you're just like, I don't know if I'm ready. Like, I feel like you're definitely doing like the pros and cons list the more you really start to consider this. What you see of this opportunity is just a little bit of light. You're only scratching the surface of what this could be. One of my favorite tarot readers, she used to be Aquarian Insight. She still is Aquarian Insight. She's not on YouTube anymore. But anyway, Jay, she's a fantastic reader. And she always says, we want the 10 of Pentacles, right? Pretty much everybody agrees, whatever that is to you, the fairy tale ending, the $1 million opportunity. She always says it doesn't come as the 10 of Pentacles. It starts off as the Ace. It doesn't mean it can't grow. In fact, it likely will. That's its job as a seed. It's meant to grow and develop and mature. But with that, you have to nurture it, right? The oak tree starts off as an acorn. So it's really about you stepping up and taking some initiative and doing something great with this opportunity. It's not just going to be handed to you as the $1 million opportunity, right? You have to invest in it. Maybe for some of you, quite literally. Maybe that's what this is too, is do I have the money to do this now? I would encourage you to think creatively. If you're letting one little detail hold you back, can you spin it in a different way that allows you to be more comfortable with it? Or can you sort of rearrange order of priority or whatever it is, whether it's money or the people involved? I would try and see it from a different perspective. I'm almost getting like Hangman vibes with this too, because it's meant to transform into something. You're just sort of going off of what you can see right now, and it's almost like what you can see is just this dim little light, but as you get closer, it's something much bigger, So then you have Page of Wands. Yeah, there's a message about this. And the Nine of Wands. So these are bookended with nines. Nines are ends of cycles. And both of these cards, I mean, I actually think they're beautiful cards. I love the illustrations, but both of them can have kind of a heavier connotation. It can be anxiety, insomnia, sleepless nights, so many things on your head or on your mind, being very worried. And then this can be feeling overburdened. Again, you had this earlier. You had the Nine of Wands, right? This is essentially the same one. Feeling like you have to put your walls up, feeling overly suspicious. Trust issues is very big. Feeling guarded, feeling overprotective, not wanting to feel vulnerable, right? And understandably so. Maybe you allowed yourself to be vulnerable with someone and you got burned, so now you're like, never again. I feel like you have the sense of shame about letting your true self be exposed to someone and feeling like they took advantage or they just didn't do with it what you had hoped. You should be happy. You should be congratulating yourself that you reached a point of comfortability where you did allow your guard to come down. Just because they didn't treat you with the respect you deserved doesn't mean you were the wrong one for opening up to this person, right? It's different if you had, if you knew all along like there were red flags and you did it anyway. That's a different story, but I really don't sense that. I think you went into this with good intentions, and I don't want to say you got burned. Again, that's such a negative, pessimistic view. It didn't work out for one reason or another. So the key word in your reading, money, romantic-wise, is acceptance. I can't help but think that these two are somehow tied together because they probably are. It's funny, all my water signs this week got messages about being on stage or performing. And that could be on social media. It could literally be on a stage. Maybe some of you are dancers or instructors or teachers, right? Whatever it is, it seems like you have an audience. So are you ready? Because, all eyes on you. You're in the spotlight. So do you have something important to say? They say write what you know. This might be like speak what you know or use what you know. And I would say whatever this is, it probably scares the shit out of you to acknowledge. So take it a step further. Does it scare the shit out of you, pardon my French, to speak about it, to discuss it openly, right? Some of you may be joining even like a recovery group, a similar group or tribe of people who are going through similar healing processes. Or it could be that you end up in being involved in, whether it's a career or just whatever, a side hustle, whatever, something that you experienced that was very groundbreaking or very life-changing may actually come back around into your life because you now serve as an advocate or an example of how to overcome. You're ruled by Mars, Scorpio, right? So by default, you're a warrior, you're a survivor, you're a fighter. You're not going to give up, right? Phoenix from the ashes, that's you. Where's that card? You're waiting for something else to emerge from this, right? As I said, you're obsessed with looking back on the past and like, oh, well, is it still alive? Could we breathe birth back into it or revive it in some way? You're looking for something to emerge from the flame, but it's you. You're what's emerging. And obviously I mean that in metaphor, but you're what's coming out on the other side of this, changed and transformed. Look in the mirror. Don't look to everyone around you. It's you. It's you who's been changed. So use that in this new opportunity. Something about this has to do with your job, or some means of finances, stability, income. Let's do... I keep getting this idea of if someone passes you the mic, what are you going to say? I don't know why I'm being told to tell you that. I don't even know if that's literally going to happen. But there's something about not nervous anticipation, Nine of Wands. It's not this guy. But it's something about you need to be ready because it's going to be your turn to speak soon. So you better have something to say. Because the audience expects it. The audience demands it. And I sort of mean this in a funny way. Like, I don't think it's anything to dread with these cards. I think it's actually very positive. But it may provoke a little bit of fear because something about this might require you to be vulnerable. And I know that's not your favorite thing to do, right? Especially in a public forum, right? That sounds like a effing nightmare to me. I'm a Scorpio moon. But sometimes life, calls you to, I don't know, it's your calling to do this for some reason. Some of you are going to go into something to do with protecting children or children who grew up in, I don't know, unhealthy, I don't know if it's abusive homes. Some of you are going to be an advocate for children. You're going to speak on behalf of children. It could even be involving, I don't know, you may work with the law or something like that. Yeah, it's like you help to illuminate the path for other people who've been carrying a lot of burdens. It's like you offer them help or assistance, or you coach them through letting it go and putting it down. Some of you may end up being life coaches. Oh, and I mean, different but similar, athletic coaches too. I do see something about training or being involved in some sort of athletic group, even if it might just be a good way to relieve some stress, right? I definitely feel like some of you would be on board to do something like that. All right. I feel like I'm not getting too much more for you on money. Let's try for one more message for Scorpio and we'll wrap it up. Anything else I missed or the universe wants Scorpio to know? So yeah, some of you need to let go of another Scorpio. That's just for a few of you, but specifically money. Anything else I need to tell or a message we should share? I actually see, immediately I'm like sewing, something to do with sewing or costuming or fashion. Maybe some of you are just getting really excited for Halloween. I don't know what that is. And then the 7 of Wands. Why are you guarding your heart? I know initially you're like, what does that have to do with money? I don't know. You tell me. That's the message coming through. The 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands can be someone who is on the defensive. It can also be someone who's really putting in a lot of effort, but they're still struggling. You have no choice but to push past the struggle. That's where you're at, right? You're halfway up the mountain. Are you going to turn back now? Of course you're not. Of course you're not. I know you're not. And I don't mean that in a way to, don't spread yourself too thin. Be good to yourself. There's something really important about being honest with yourself. Again, vulnerable, looking yourself in the mirror. I've said that several times. The good news is the 7 of Wands leads to the 8 of Wands, and the 8s are all about liberation and action, swift, rapid movement. They can be about travel. So I do feel like you guys are, again, culmination. We had the World card earlier. You guys are on the brink of being released from this, but you have the power to determine, am I ready? So ask yourself that. Something about that is going to impact your finances or your job in a very powerful way. And maybe it's just the power of positivity, right? It seems like you guys have been holding on to a lot. I would offer you at this point, what do you have to lose? Try letting some things down. Try delegating. Try asking for help. That can be tremendously scary for some of you out there. Admitting that I don't think I can do this alone anymore. Ask for small favors. Grant other people the gift of being able to help you, because it really is a gift to be able to help a Scorpio. I speak from personal experience, right? You guys are so used to taking care of everyone else. Let someone help you for a change. I think that's good advice. It's a two-way street. All right, Scorp, I'm going to leave you with that. Thanks for joining me today. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Drop a comment if you so desire down below. And other than that, I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, Scorpio.